twice dead. The book of Jude foreshadows the prophecy of the end times and forewarns about the people who will be twice dead. In looking to that, we'll end up seeing that the people who are disobedient, who do not listen, will end up dying twice. Jude chapter 1 verse 12 says, "These are spots in your feasts of charity when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear, clouds they are without water, carried about of winds, trees whose fruit withereth, without fruit, twice dead, plucked up by the roots." So who is it that will die twice? The prophecy says, after 1,000 years, those who have not died in Christ will be then resurrected after the 1,000 years. That they will be held until the second resurrection, and they will be brought forth for judgment. Revelation chapter 20 verse 5 says, "But the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection." And these are resurrected after the 1,000 years. Pay close attention to the people who have died not in Christ after the 1,000 years are resurrected at a second resurrection. Revelation chapter 20 verse 7. "And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison." So we see that after the 1,000 years, then is a great white throne judgment to where the book of the Lamb's book of life is opened and the books of the law and the books of Moses are opened up for judging. Revelation chapter 20 verse 11 and 12. "And I saw a great white throne and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were opened, and another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works." It is then we see those people who have rejected atonement of Christ in hell are resurrected at the second resurrection and brought forth for judgment. Verse 13 and 14. "And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death." After those who are resurrected and judged, those without fruit, they're tossed into the lake of fire, burning like wood. They die a second time. They're resurrected back to life, living bodily before the throne of the judgment. They've already died once. They come back alive. And they're wood. That's right. They're resurrected, alive, bodily, and they're wood. They get thrown into the fire. The second time they die. That's the second death. Christ forewarned about this in Matthew chapter 7, verse 17 and 18. It says, "Even so every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit." So we see Christ talks about people being trees without fruit. And verse 19 through 21 continues on and says, "Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven." So here what we do see is we see the prophetic warning in the book of Jude about these people. Jude chapter 1 verse 12 says, "These are spots in your feasts of charity when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear, clouds they are without water, carried about of winds, trees whose fruit withereth, without fruit, twice dead, plucked up by the roots." What we see here is people among the believers in the church that are trees without fruit, that are plucked up by the roots, thrown into the fire, who are twice dead. Those people without fruit, they will be brought forth at the second resurrection. They will be plucked up by their roots and thrown to the fire, and they will die twice. This is the prophecy of die twice.